Hey, I wasn't ready to come down yet. I can't show off merch without, I don't know, merch to wear? Jeez. Yeah, as always, you know you can get our hoodies and merch at our store, which is in the description below. But anywho, we're here for Tech Tuesday, right? I believe that's why we're here. It's Tech Tuesday, and as always, we're bringing it to you hot and quick and trying to get you trained. So, as we're getting into it, as you all know, this is the book we're going through. All right, we're on chapter 4 today. So we're going to be covering packages and software. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, today, again, packages, software, install, removal, all that fun jazz. As you can see, I'm already logged into Kali. I'm already switched users into root. So let's make it a little bigger. And the first thing we're going to do is look for packages. All right, now, understand the book and my commands are going to differ. This is where they're going to change. Again, because of updates from the time the book was written to the time I'm making this video, there's been some changes in the Linux ecosystem. The main one that we're going to cover today is apt, APT, which is your package manager, software manager, whatever you want to call it. It's what it is. So every command in the book is going to have you put in apt-get or apt-cache. And we're going to see here, you actually don't need that anymore. All you use is apt, apt. So if you type in apt, and instead of install, we're going to do search snort, you will see that it actually accomplishes the exact same thing as the apt-cache search snort. So we're accomplishing the same mission, shorter command, and you can actually look up the differences. They've combined some things, made some things cleaner and more user-friendly with the apt command. So as you can see here, what we're going to do today is we're going to install snort. And I'm not going to go through and configure anything. I'm not going to do anything like that. We're just going to install it and then go through some of the other processes. So if you go in, you would type in apt. Actually, let me clear my screen so you can see. And you do apt install snort and hit enter. Now it's going to ask you if you want to continue, tell you how much space it's going to use, and it's also going to tell you what else it's going to install so that this can work. Well, we're going to hit yes. We want it to continue. Now it's going to go through. Thankfully, I have a pretty decent connection. Going to go fast, and it wants us to know what we're going to use. Now, because I'm not really going to configure anything, and I'm not going to utilize this, I'm going to leave the address range for the local network to what it is. I'm not as concerned about that. So we're going to go through, and hey, we're installed. Now, normally you would go in, and you would set this all up, right? You would put in your IP range, your subnets, but this is not a class on Snort, so we're not going through it today. But now it's installed, right? So if I go down, shut down, bring everything up, whatever the case may be, it would be running. But what we're going to do is now we're going to show you how to remove software. So let's clear our screen, and we're going to say apt remove snort. Now, if you just do remove, it doesn't remove any of the configuration files. So if I do apt remove snort, it's going to bring it up, and it's going to say, hey, all these packages were automatically installed. Do you want to continue? It tells you how to auto remove them, and we'll get there. Following packages will be removed is snort. So that doesn't do anything to the config files, though, that are automatically created when you install a package like this. So we're going to say no. Clear. The other one we would do that actually removes configuration files is snort. So I could purge this. Now that'll actually free up a little bit more space. It'll remove snort, and it'll remove all the configuration files. I still don't like it. You want to know why? Because if I don't need any of those packages that were automatically installed, then I can actually go here and do apt auto, I think it's a dash. We're going to try, yeah, let's try it with a dash. Auto remove snort. Now, this is going to remove snort common libraries, snort common, everything. So all the packages that got installed with it, that's what it's going to remove. So that's the one that we're going to go with. Now, I don't recommend it at all times. All right, I know what was installed when I installed snort. I know no other software is using these packages. You have to be cognizant that sometimes it will remove packages that are being used by other systems. Just be aware of that. All right. So that is how you do an install. It's how you search for packages that are in your repository. That search command will look in your repo, which is why, and I missed a step here, before you do search, you do apt update. That is going to update your repositories with all the current software. All right, now, so we know how to update, we know how to purge, we know how to auto remove. Well, I'm actually back at apt update because after you do update, it actually has, and if I can be so kind as to show you, this will show how many packages can be upgraded. Now, we can do apt list upgradable to actually list all 1004 packages, or I can do apt upgrade. And what that's gonna do, it's broken. Let's see, the following packages have unmet dependencies, lib, wacom 9, depends on, so we can do apt install lib wacom dash common, yes, clear, let's do an update again, and apt upgrade. There we go. Now, this lists out everything that's gonna be upgraded. Do I want to do this right now? No, it'll make the video way too long. So we're just going through, if you did this, we would hit yes, and it would go about and it would install everything. In the meantime, I'm gonna hit no, because like I said, then the video is gonna get too long. So if you have questions about it, please leave it in the comments below. Now, getting into it, the other thing is there's ways you can actually install other software sometimes. So let's see if LeafPad is here. LeafPad /etc/apt/sources.list. You know what? Just to keep up with the book, we're going to do it this way. So we are going to install that. Let's clear our screen. There we go. So now we have LeafPad. Okay, cool. So we can see in here all of our repositories. All right. Now, these repositories are used, and that's where all your software is held. So you can see this one is Kali rolling, main, contrib, non-free, and then main, contrib, non-free down below as well. Your sources, additional line for source packages, and then this is where your packages are located. Some things you have to understand and what you're going to see in a sources file, depending on your Linux distribution, what you're using, how long you've been using it, what you've added or what somebody else has added if you're doing this in a network. Main, all right, anytime you see this main word, and let me zoom in so you can see, file options, it's not gonna let me. Can I? Nope, I can't zoom in here. So let's do it this way. vi etsy apt sources.list. There we go. Now you can see this better. So you have main right here, and that is the source, the type of repository. So main contains supported open source software. So anything supported, open source, and it's supported by the organization or company. Another one you might see is universe. Universe contains community maintained open source software. So it's not always maintained by a single organization, it is maintained by the entire community. Then you have multiverse. So multiverse contains software restricted by copyright or other legal issues. So that's a lot of your paid software and things of that nature. You have restricted, which contains proprietary device drivers. And then you also have backports, which will allow you to get packages from older releases. All right. So we're not going to mess with ours. We're going to hit escape. We're just going to quit since I didn't change anything. And there you go. Now, the next thing we are going to install this, because there's also graphical software or package managers that you may want. Some operating systems still come with it, some don't. So if we wanted one, and we wanted one, say for Kali, we would do apt install synaptic. And yes, we're going to allow it to install all that nonsense. And again, fast internet, so it shouldn't take too long. So we're going to go through, this is going to get installed. And then what happens is, instead of searching our repos or searching for different things, we can just go and install Synaptic. So if I pull up Synaptic, there we go. Close. Now I have a GUI password or package manager that will show me the different packages available in the repositories, what's available for upgrade, the different types of, so you have non-free, you have contrib, you have documentation, all this stuff. So you can go through and play around with this and take a look at what is available for your system. Now, that's another way to install things. But what if we wanted to install something that isn't in a repo necessarily, but it's in GitHub? which is another way you can install stuff. Me personally, I'm going to take you guys through something that I did in a previous video a while back, and I'm going to show you how to install something called the Discover scripts by Lee Baird, and he has written these specifically for Kali, and it is still maintained to this day. I still talk to the guy, and he's a really good guy, and he's trying to keep things up to date. So the first thing you would do is you would go to cd/opt. Now you don't necessarily have to go here, but this is what we're going to do. You can actually tell it where to install to, but I like to just be in the directory already. So from there, what we're going to do is we're going to go copy. So his GitHub is this Lee Baird Discover, and I'll put this link down in the description as well so that you can see it and go through and look at how to install everything and do everything and what his scripts actually do. Like I said, I love them. I have an older video that you can go back and check out. But if we go here, we can clone this. So we do git clone, it'll go into Discover, and now it's all there. So now if I do this, now I have Discover. So I can do cd Discover, and now I look at all this stuff. Now, what he has in here, which is pretty awesome, is he has an update script that will not only update all of your Kali instance, but actually update and install any GitHub repos that are missing. Again, I'm not going to run that right now. It makes the video too long. All right, I'm trying to keep these shorter for you guys. But anyway, so that is how you would clone a GitHub repo using HTTP protocol. They do have ways to do it through SSH as well as just downloading it in a zip file and unzipping it. There's a bunch of different ways, but that is how in Linux we tend to do things, right? You git clone and then whatever the repository is. Otherwise, hey, that is how you update, install, upgrade your operating system and your software within Linux. I hope you got a lot out of it. And I truly, truly do hope that you are following along and going back to our older episodes, because this is a series. This is going to be a process of videos. We're on chapter 4. I believe there's like 17 chapters or something like that. So we're going to be going through them all, and I'm going to work through them with you all. Like I said, I did make some changes to this one. We used apt instead of apt-get or apt-cache. We just used apt. All right. You can look up the differences, but there's a few. Otherwise, look, hey, as always, it's a pleasure being with you all, and I really do hope you tune in next time, and make sure you check us out on Mondays and Fridays for Motivation Monday and Security Happy Hour live every Friday at 7 p.m. Otherwise, merch link is in the description, as well as all the other ways you can support us here at CyberWarrior Studios. Follow me on all social media, and I'll see you all next time. Take me up.